Indonesia is my home, known for diversity in ethnicity, religion, language, and culture, made me feel proud to be part of it. Almost every ethnic group in Indonesia has its own regional language. According to Ethnologue, there is about 715 regional languages in Indonesia. The uniqueness of our country that I've never found in any other nation. I personally can speak 3 languages, Melayu of Kalimantan, Melayu of Loloan, and also Indonesian language. Mastering these 3 languages makes me feel like I am the most patriotic person towards Indonesia. This pride made me forget that the world is constantly evolving and the demands of times are changing. While other people rushing to learn foreign language, I ended up criticizing them and thinking that they don't love their own nation. But in the end, I experienced hate turns into love. Now I'm standing in front of you talking with the language that I used to hate. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable all of the judges and audiences, ladies and gentlemen. In this wonderful occasion, I would like to deliver my speech entitled, Speaking Global, Staying Local. Ladies and gentlemen, at first, I was very confident about my decision to not learn a foreign language. I considered those who learned it were the people who didn't love their own nation. It is because I saw a lot of Indonesian culture being replaced by an external influence, and these things made me worried. So I decided to cut off the access to other countries' language and also culture. At first, I thought this was a form of respect to my own culture. But I was wrong. It turns out that determined to make Indonesian language known globally is the real form of respect to our own culture. Ladies and gentlemen, once I had the opportunity to visit a cultural graphic design competition in Indonesia. I was delighted to see a lot of Indonesian culture being exhibited and also to see the young generation spirit in introducing our culture. But there is something happened there. When I was visiting one of the booths there, I noticed that there is a foreign visitor captivated by our culture. It's a very significant ways that Indonesian culture can capture the heart of foreign visitor. But we couldn't take this opportunity to explain our culture because I found that the booth attendant couldn't explain anything about our culture because she cannot speak English. And then the booth attendant looked at me and asked for help. But sadly, the booth attendant met the old version of myself who used to hate English. In the end, we couldn't explain anything to the foreign visitor. Ladies and gentlemen, this incident made me reconsider about my decision to not learn a foreign language. It never crossed my mind that English could be the biggest support system for us to introduce our culture. Because to do that, we need to communicate with each other. Then, if we don't have any foreign language skill, how can we introduce the culture that we have? Ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing is you should not have a wrong mindset about English like I did before. Now let's imagine language as a key to open a door with a different world inside. But one key can only open one door. But there is a special key amongst the other, and that is English. We can open a lot of opportunities with English. It is because English is the most spoken language right now. It's a very common thing for us to see Indonesian language talking with the Thailand language in English. It's not a strange thing for us to see Korean people talking with Japanese people in English. This shows the significant influence of English in our daily life and also in our social life. Then, now let's imagine how about English can help us to introduce our culture to the world? Ladies and gentlemen, never underestimate the power of art and also culture. Fall in love in the first sight. It is how art and also culture moves the heart of people. We can earn a lot of things from here. Like we can attract tourists and also build an economic and also political relationship with other countries. Ladies and gentlemen, The world should already see Indonesia in its entirety, not only just because of its corruption, not only just because of the law of literacy, but also with the beauty, tolerance, friendliness, and also peace. And this is our task as the next generation of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, Gen Z innovation and also creativity is greatly needed for our country. One simple example is berkain trends, which was also implemented in my school last month. From these trends, people gain much confidence to wear a traditional clothes in public spaces. Now let's imagine if we could take this trend globally, there will be a lot of people admire and also realize the beauty of our culture. So ladies and gentlemen, be ready to bring Indonesia to its glory. And now let's start it from ourselves. Because if it is not you, then who else? If it is not us, then who else? And last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.